Okay, go ahead. Tell us about who you help and how you help them.
Okay, first I'm gonna pronounce my name because I know it's weird for most people. It's Urška Jakobčič, and I'm from Slovenia. I help women who do it all to stop bleeding energy on decisions, obligations, and people who they don't need in their life anymore, or could move forward from them, because your mind and nervous system, they are your biggest business assets. And once we stabilize those, everything else you lead runs clearer, sharper, and with way less hustle. So yeah, basically I help you simplify your life and business.
Yeah. So how did you get into doing that?
Well, when I started online business, I wanted to become an affiliate marketer because I thought I didn't have anything to offer. And as it turns out, it's not easy to be an affiliate marketer if you've never had any sales or marketing experience, like I didn't. And I started getting overwhelmed, and I was nervous and anxious and, all that jazz. And then I learned about mastery coaching. I experienced it and I loved it. So I took a chance, became certified, and started helping people with their problems, mostly people in business, mostly women. So when I had to niche down, I said, okay, I'm going to do this. First, I was helping people with their stress and overwhelm and burnout. But then you realize that most people think that burnout is a badge of honor. And look at me, I'm working so hard. I'm so burnt out, but I'm still moving on. And I'm so stressed, but I'm still doing it. Okay, good for you, but there's a better way to go. And so I reframed it into helping you stop bleeding energy, because a lot of people do, and it's not necessary. We can simplify things.
No, going through burnout like that isn't necessary, and especially continuing with burnout like
Mhm.
that isn't necessary. So, have you invested in coaching, networking groups? I know you mentioned you got like a coach certification. So, how did that affect your networking?
My coaching certification, well, with fellow coaches, I, of course, expanded my network. And with some of them, we are still in touch and we are helping each other. And that's basically what the point is, right? To collaborate, to even be each other's clients sometimes, or get referrals. And yeah, I have invested in other coaches as well. And the people I was with in the containers, most of them are amazing people, especially if you're able to connect with them. And we are still also helping each other, supporting each other. And I think that's also how the two of us met, right, Lori?
Yeah, we met, we were in the same, I think it was what's it called again? I think it was like a low ticket, like master class. Yeah.
It was something, I can't remember what exactly, but that's how we met.
I remember it was the Trailblazer group, and I
Yeah.
know we were in the same program. I think that's where.
Yeah, her weekend retreats or something like that, virtual retreats. Retreats.
Yeah, virtual retreats.
Yeah.
so awesome because I remember connecting with you from there.
Mhm,
And it's been a while, so
mhm. And we've connected also in between this while, but still.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize for a long time that business is relationships. I mean, I heard it, but I didn't understand it. I like, yeah, okay, you know people, but when you have like true connection, when you have true connection and you feel the other person, even though it's just virtual, it's a whole nother level, right? You feel that they can support you and you feel that you can support them, and it's really a game changer.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, what else do we have? And question.
Oh yeah. I just scrolling. How has the way you network changed over time? Like from when you
Um,
started until like later on?
I still don't feel like I'm the best at networking. I still feel like this is something that I could,
Improve.
yeah, improve. I mean, I'm great at live events, even though sometimes I'm getting better. I'm still sometimes, oh, I should go to that person and introduce myself, but then I was like, oh, and now the chance is gone. Like, maybe a bit later. Now it's not a good time, and that person is gone, and you didn't get the chance to meet them. Or I didn't get the chance to meet them. So now I'm a lot bolder. I walk straight to them. I introduce myself, and I try to find common ground, common points to connect with. But online, it's harder for me. I'm an extrovert, and I think online or virtual, it's where extroverts we get lost. We don't know how to interact when you don't feel the other person directly. And okay, when it's video, when it's camera on, okay, it's better. But when there's just typing or something, I'm confused. I honestly don't feel strong in that area. And I know, yeah, networking should be more like on virtual events, but a lot of times it's basically in the Facebook groups or on Instagram, and you don't do direct interaction there. It's just messages and typing and sometimes voice notes. And voice notes are better, but still I need the direct interaction with people. So there you go. It's not so easy for extroverts.
Yeah. I'm just curious if you've been to a lot of online networking events.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, yeah, but lately not that many. Because time is very precious, and when you don't feel like you get many results, or when you don't know how to leverage these virtual events, sometimes it doesn't make sense. I am working on improving that skill, and also going on more virtual events, but right now I don't feel the strong pull to it, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, I know during COVID, virtual events is all there were, so you kind of had to do
Mhm.
it then.
I do feel like for me, again, as an extrovert, live events are better. The sad part is that I get limited with where I live, and because I have 3 kids and we also have a farm and we have a lot of stuff going on, it's not easy for me to drop everything and go on the other side of the world to network. I mean, it would probably be a good business decision, but my family is also very important to me, so I am kind of deciding to go a bit slower. But I believe that if I would network more, I would make bigger steps in my business.
And I know you mentioned being more extroverted and it affecting your networking strategies because you really like those live events. Do you prefer networking in groups or having more one-to-one conversations?
Well, I'm not sure. I kind of like both. It's true that when you're in groups and there's one person that's radiant, that's like extra magnetic, everyone wants a piece of them. And it's hard to get to them. And you also don't get real chance to connect with others because they're all trying to catch that person's attention. So I guess mix of both. I can catch those people that are not chasing the most magnetic person. I can catch them, of course, but I mean catch. I hope it makes sense, like get them in conversation, not like fishing or whatever.
Yeah, makes
And
sense.
sometimes I'm the most magnetic person there, so it's also hard then to, or difficult to divide my time or energy or attention. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for, to all of the people. And again, there's what resonates or who resonates with you, who kind of pulls you in intuitively.
Yeah.
Well, I don't get that strong pull from just profiles on social media as I would get in live events. So
Yeah. Well, I think it depends on the profile. Some profiles really like pull you in because they have a lot of content that's very in-depth. And some are like very basic. And if they're very basic, I am not being pulled in by them. Sure. Um, would you say getting comfortable being uncomfortable is part of the entrepreneur skill set?
absolutely. That's like number one thing. I mean, when the moment you decide to be an entrepreneur and you start or do your first step on this path, it's freaking uncomfortable. And then you just mustn't panic. You must keep going. And I had all kinds of fears. I still have some of them, but they are waning. They're losing their grip on me. Like, oh no, what will people think? Or if I publish my prices on my Facebook profile, what will people think again? I know some people that aren't like my clients, but they just know me because they're friends from before, and especially because they're in Slovenia, and here coaching is not very much developed, and a lot of people are like having this, what's the word? Okay, negative relationship towards it or attitude towards it, like oh, so you're a coach, or what the fuck? I mean, WTF, does this mean like you do nothing? Or yeah, try me out and you'll see how much I can help you actually. But yeah, they probably would think, oh, she priced herself really high, and I published the mid-ticket price for some small offer I have. And okay, nobody said anything. Of course, they might think something, who knows, they might talk behind my back, but I don't have any hiccups, so I'm guessing they're not. That's like the proverb, that if you have hiccups, someone is gossiping you. Anyway, that was like the latest scary thing I did. But I was like, it's time I stop caring about what other people think, because there's nothing I can do about what they think. They have the right to think whatever they want. They can think I'm like the best person in the world, or they can think I'm the most condescending bitch. It's not my problem what they think. If they don't think nice things about me, then they're not my people, because I really try to be nice and kind and to spread the good in the world. Sometimes I don't do the best job at it, when I'm extra tired, but most of the time, like 99.9% of the time, I'm really the best person to be around. So yeah,
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that, especially when I first started and I had a lot of people from before I started, and then I got the comments, the negative comments. Yeah, but not everybody is going to be an ideal client or even somebody who would refer you. And so I had to learn that as well. It's definitely part of the getting comfortable being uncomfortable. Is not everybody is going to say, yay, you're doing this thing, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's just part of it, and that's why entrepreneurship is so important for your personal growth. Like if you want to evolve as a person, then you definitely need to go into the entrepreneurship. I mean, it's not like a must. A lot of people also change the way they think and act, even in job, or if they're stay-at-home parents. But entrepreneurship kind of forces you into that, and I think that's also why coaching and spiritualism is so deeply installed in entrepreneurship.
Yeah, it's a whole different mindset. How do you feel about direct messages on Facebook? Do you love them, hate them, have like a love-hate relationship with them?
I usually don't do them, but I don't mind when people send them to me. It's just that I haven't received like many messages that I would be like, ooh, this is interesting, or ooh, this person is interesting. Because a lot of times it's just like, hi, and then I reply, hey, and that's it. we're stuck at that. Sometimes I go, okay, let's play it differently. Okay, hi, I do this and this and this. Great to meet you. is there anything I can do for you, or tell me about yourself? And then I get the whole sales letter, and it's okay. And I don't appreciate this kind of talk, and I also don't know if I can call myself slick in those messages. So I'm not a big fan, but I don't hate them. I do hate those messages like your Facebook page is being deleted for, or is due to deleted, because, you know, those fake
Yeah,
messages.
total spam. Yeah.
Yeah, those are like, oh my God, again, but I've learned to ignore them. So it's part of this Facebook and Instagram game.
Yeah. So do a lot of people reach out to you through the DMs, or you don't
Uh,
you're sending them?
I don't send them, but I do a lot of invites in my content that they can DM me. But it's usually like a specific word, so I know what offer we are talking about and which post it relates to. So it's you change the word every now and then, or for each post, it depends on the strategy, and then you know, this post created most messages for me. I mean, there probably is some automated way to do that. Maybe ManyChat has that, but I haven't really played with ManyChat yet. I still do most things organically. There are probably better ways with these chat bots, but I still want to keep my authenticity and my voice in these messages. So
Yeah,
I
I've
still do
definitely seen
something
that
really cool.
strategy. Haven't tried it myself, but I've definitely seen it out there.
Mm,
I know that I responded to some of those posts, not yours in particular, but like DM me this word and I'll tell you about my offer or whatever it was that I was
mm.
so interested in from the post.
Yeah, and these can be like probably also prompts for ManyChat or something, or other chat bots for those people who use it. But I don't know a lot about this. I might try it in the future. I have touched it. I think I created an account, but I didn't implement anything yet.
Yeah, well, I'm not familiar with that, so that's something I'll probably want to look into
Yeah.
at some time, or at least know what it is if I don't want it.
Yeah.
How have you set time boundaries so you can allocate the right amount of time for networking?
Oh, this is a good and also a difficult question to answer. um, I do it intuitively. I see how much time I have, how much I need to give to my kids or my partner, and how much I need to do for the administrative or content. And sometimes I will spend like 1 hour, 2 hours. Sometimes I will spend zero time. It really depends. And also on my mood. Because there are days when I'm really chatty. Today is that day. Yesterday, no. Yesterday I was like, I don't feel like talking at all. And I didn't do any networking. I just did the content and some emails and so on. So it's I follow my guts here. Or
Yeah,
my
I think
heart.
that makes sense. Yeah, so I know you mentioned you were on other platforms besides Facebook. How do the direct messages work there in terms of?
Um, I think on Instagram it's not the same, but it's pretty much the same. And Threads, I think, no, threads, I think they are public, but you can have private messages then in Instagram. And LinkedIn is also very similar.
Yeah, do you have the
Oh,
same type
sometimes we
of,
also used, sorry, we also used WhatsApp and Telegram. So it's a lot of platforms, and yeah, it can get really confusing. Where did I talk to someone? And so it's good to divide. Okay, this, let's say Telegram is for groups and voice messages, and we're gonna have this kind of conversations there. And on Messenger or Instagram, you can send me DM to learn about my offer or to chat about how I can help you. And in, I don't know, in WhatsApp groups, we can have promo stuff going on. So it's a lot, it's a good thing to kind of make this mental separation for yourself so that you don't confuse everything. I try my best to keep these things separate. Sometimes somewhere someone will message you directly on WhatsApp, and that's okay. But if there's a lot of that stuff, and it can get lost. So
yeah, how is
always learning how
the
to
those of
optimize.
platforms? Is it similar to Facebook?
Which one?
I guess Instagram.
Well, Instagram is not really my favorite yet, even though I'm a millennial and I should be on on Instagram based on all the statistics. But I am still okay. I'm from Slovenia, so Slovenia has like a little bit of lag with development, and we don't get all the features right away as US does. So when I was like on university, I had like a lot of not reservation towards Facebook. I was like, oh, I'm not going on that thing. Come on. And now I'm kind of sorry, because if I would have that business pull in those years, I could probably be a millionaire already, or maybe even better. But you know, we ripen on the go. so first I started playing with Facebook, and yeah, when I decided to be an affiliate marketer, I had to learn how to work with Facebook. So it's kind of still my go-to platform, and I'm slowly learning to be better at Instagram. I'm a lot better than I was like 5 years ago or 3 years ago, but LinkedIn is still a bit too dry for me. I know that probably there are a lot of clients, perfect clients on LinkedIn for me there, but it's too, in the box for me. I like freedom. I hate to be put in a box, and I have to live in that box at my job, because I'm doing more things. So I'm also in my job, I really have to be in that small space, and there is not a lot of space for creativity. And that's why I love the coaching, because I get to express the whole different side of me. And I am a singer, so there's that a creative part of me that gets to be expressed even more, but in a different way than in coaching. So I'm, I guess, multi-dimensional, multi-passionate, and LinkedIn is just not pulling me in because that's not who essentially I am.
Yeah, I appreciate your insights on the different platforms and how you got into them.
Yeah, LinkedIn is just putting my feet in. Maybe when I evolve even more and I start to appreciate the strict the strict frames. I don't appreciate them yet.
What benefits have you gotten from networking and how has it affected your business?
Well, I've mentioned this already. It gave me a chance to meet a lot of wonderful people, that we still help each other. And there is also, when you talk to different profiles of people, they inspire. I mean, I was so inspired when I started, when I went into the certification program, and I've met so many people, even in their 70s, starting over with some incredible stories behind them. Some achieved like massive success, and they decided that they are leaving that behind and that they want to try something completely different. Or they had like very tragic stories, but they rose from that and they wanted to help others create a better life, or to create a better life for themselves. And it's, I just love it. I don't feel frustrated when I talk to people who don't want to change their life, at least not anymore. It's their choice. I let them live how they want, especially when I see that in my family, when they just feel that they're too old to change. And I tell them it's nonsense, that I know people who changed and they were older, but I can't pressure them. I can just lead with an example, and meeting so many different people gives you that width, the big spectrum of how life can be perceived. And of course, they can refer you and help with your business. But to me, what's more important is what I get for my soul, more than the euros and the dollars and whatever. Because what is success? The ultimate way to be successful is having as much happy days in your life as possible. So it doesn't matter if you have billions in your bank account and, I don't know, 100 or I don't know, a ton of gold under your bed or whatever. If you're unhappy, if you don't know how to lead your life to be happy, like in most of the situations, or find a way to create happiness even in shitty places, in shitty situations, when things go wrong, you can learn, make peace with it, move on. Yeah, bad things happen, but we get to appreciate the good ones. And when you start to appreciate them, you can create more of the good ones and be happy like practically every day. Because I feel that my happiness is at least 90% of the time. I'm really happy and lucky and grateful that I get to live like this. I'm not a millionaire, but I don't need to be, even though I would love to be, because I would still love to travel more and experience some things that I probably won't experience if I don't have a lot of money. Like, you can't travel all the time, but still, I am happy and grateful, and I appreciate small things. And just like that, when I meet people, when I'm networking, I get to learn more things and implement more things in the way to be happy and to benefit not just myself, but others. Because I've helped so many people from what I've learned from others, from these networking events. And for me, networking is everything. Like, not just events, but when I meet someone new at a party, when I meet someone new at work, when I meet people at gym or at concerts, it's all networking. Because you get to meet different people, and you never know when someone might come handy to you, but you know what I mean. Someday those connections will help you, and I think that's very important. I told you I was in a really chatty mood today.
Well, I think that's good because I just love how you expanded upon all of that in terms of what's important to you and the results that you've gotten in your own life and that you've helped other people achieve. So, what are your thoughts on tapping into your intuition when networking? I know we kind of covered this a little bit before, but you want to go more in depth on that, I would really appreciate it.
um, hmm.
Because I know you mentioned like, oh, intuitively, like knowing like when you want to
Yeah.
go to a networking event versus like, hey, maybe today I just, chill or whatever, or just kind of knowing what events make the most sense for you.
Yeah, I mean, when I'm not in the mood, people will feel like I am moody or that I am like, oh, she's so, because you're not always in the right mood to connect with people, right? I mean, I say I'm an extrovert, but I'm basically an ambivert. I do love time with myself as well. I'm not just like, I always need other people to be happy. I'm really happy alone as well. But I do function well in both ways. So I know that, or if I have a headache, if I go somewhere, or if I'm really tired, I will give this energy like, back off, leave me alone. And that's not good for networking. So that's one aspect of leading with intuition. Or if I don't feel like I have anything to say, if I'm not in a chatty mood, I mean, I can network then, because then I will be holding space and listen, and I'll be just like, listening, soaking up the what that person has to say. But also this other aspect of intuition, whether you like the person or not, who pulls you in, who I've learned that I mean, we do know all instinctively, don't we? We've just been learned not to follow this instincts, this intuition. We forgot how to listen to it. And I have like this friend. We still have contacts, but she has this guy. And when we met him, there was this vibe. None of us in the group loved the vibe he was putting out. And I was like, I hope we're wrong. And you want to be happy for her because she was, happy and in love. And so you want to be happy for her, but when she was gone, we were like, do you like this guy? No, there's something about him. And now every time she comes home, she talks about how he's such a gaslighter, and how he won't eat until she comes home and cooks something. Like, come on, dude, you're an adult, feed yourself, for God's sake. And yeah, so she's really unhappy with him. And if you would just, if she would, or I don't know, you feel that there's something off with that person, and maybe he's not a bad guy, but maybe he's just not the right one for her, but you feel that there's something off. Or with some ladies, when you meet them, I mean, I've also misread sometimes. I always give the benefit of a doubt. I always try to defend someone. Maybe they didn't mean it that way. We don't know the whole story. We don't know how they think, how they're acting. And maybe if we get to know each other, maybe it will be better. But there are some people with whom you never can function well, and you can recognize that really, really quickly. Like, there's just nothing to say. You can't talk to them. You get chitty chatty like I am now. And that person is like, yeah, okay. I guess that's it. I guess we don't click together well. So I think intuition, plays a really big part in this.
Yeah, it definitely does. And listening to it is something I recently went to an event on listening to my intuition and understanding why sometimes I didn't. And
Mhm.
I found out that I was the type of person who I would just chase after success. And if somebody said, oh, this thing is going to make you like a lot of money, it's going to make you really successful, or like people are going to really respect you if you do this thing, then even if my intuition was screaming like, no, don't do that, I would still go do it because I wanted that recognition. I wanted that success. I wanted that money so bad. And I would go do the
Mhm.
thing. And I was like, nope, should have listened to my intuition on that.
Oh yeah, yeah. But intuition is usually so subtle. In most cases, you feel it's probably not the best choice, but okay, my friend or someone you trust believes in that. Okay, I can invest some time or some money, like not too much. Always be smart. Invest how much you can afford to lose. But yeah, I also had a couple of investments that they felt off right at the beginning, and then you fall into that cycle, and you start believing it's gonna work out, it's gonna be good, but then you get burned. And there was like a class lawsuit, and I said, okay, if I lost so much money in this because it was like an infringement, I can afford like a couple of hundred more for this lawsuit. And then I asked this person that we were together, and that we were uh, they got us in this fraud together, or that person actually got me in, but they were frauded as well. Is that the right term? Anyway, I said, what if those lawyers will also just take our money, and we will lose that too? I mean, it's not a lot of money, but still. And they said, oh shit, yeah, you're right. Well, let's hope it doesn't. And I don't know if they took the money and did the lawsuit, or did they just take the money. But I got an email that it was waived or something like that. It didn't go through. It was in German, so I don't remember the right terms. But yeah, I did feel like, what if that won't work out? And yeah, it's hard to listen to that intuition if you don't know what it's saying, how to recognize it, right?
Yeah, I always tap into it before making any kind of investment. And that has served me well because everything I've invested in, even if I didn't get everything I wanted out of it, I at least got something out of it.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, they say that intuition is always soft and kind with you. When it's ego, it's like, what are you doing? You stupid something. Um, that's the ego, and intuition is, I don't think that's such a good idea. Rarely it's like, no, don't. But it's never like, you're so stupid, don't do that. WTF. So that's how I learned, but sometimes I forget to follow it, to be honest.
yeah, there's a range of outcomes. Like sometimes it's just, wouldn't have mattered what you picked, or it's like there's like a huge difference depending on what
Mm.
it is. So any closing remarks or things you want to add?
Oh, well, maybe for those that feel afraid of networking, you can come to me and I'll help you lose that fear. Because if it's just too hard for you to overcome it by yourself, or if you believe that it would take a lot of time, I can help you with that, because it's usually some deeper issue that needs to be resolved, some deep belief maybe from your early childhood, and I really can help you overcome this really fast. I've also helped people with stage fright, and she said, oh no, it's not going to help me, it's not going to help me. And we went like 3 circles around the issue, and I was like, oh, this is the one person I couldn't help. And then a couple of months later, she texts me, I did it, I went on stage, thank you. I was like, oh my God, it took you 2 months. Okay. But still, but a lot of people get instant results. Like most people get instant results. So like the next day or next hour, they feel like someone else. So this is one thing I would maybe point out, that yeah, there's an easier way to get through this fear if there's a fear. But otherwise, yeah, I'd say networking is very important, not just in business, but for your life. And networking is every interaction you have with people. Well, not in those in your closest circle, but those in the wider, and you can spread your circles or your network very, very wide. And they say that through 7 people, you can get to any person in this world. So why not meet more people than 7?
Yeah, thank
Um,
you. Was there anything else?
No, I think I'm out. I think I think I've let all the words out for now. I might have set the record for these interviews, huh? You said that
We'll
the
see.
longest one
We'll
was
see.
46 minutes.
We'll see if you had to chat or not. I'll let you know. I really loved having you on, especially getting into it after I took a break of like a couple months. So
It was lovely talking to you, and thank you for this interview.
thanks so much.
Are we still live? Do I?